all odds, we gon' prosper. We know our place in this world, we gon' shine our lights till it hurts. Staying focused, we know our day coming. Negative vibes, we escape from it. We know our place in this world, we gon' shine our lights till it hurts. Heads high is our posture. Against all odds, we gon' prosper. We know our place in this world. We gon' shine our lights till it hurts. Staying focused, we know our day coming. Negative vibes, we escape from it. We know our place in this world. We gon' shine our lights till it hurts.
What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I ran that the promo video like about 2 or 3 times. But what's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks, man. We on here with the Sunday sports edition. This like our first week. This our first back like in about 2 weeks. We've been out here for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This is our first. I'm ready to get back on my grind though, for real. This is our first one back though. Now we have a long discussion before we even go live, man. And so before we get back into what we was talking about, I want to talk about, man, how y'all feel about LeBron hiring JJ Redick, man, for that head coaching job, man. What you think about that, Tom?
Man, I told you, man. I think the Lakers are horribly run, man. I really think they are, man. First of all, you go after Danny Hurley, and I think they lowballed him, man. I think they lowballed him with the offer. If you're really trying to get him to win the team that he done built and won back-to-back championships with, and UConn, man, you gotta go at him and throw money at him, and let them know that you're serious, man. I think it might have been all the ploy, knowing he would turn it down.
Right.
Knowing he would turn it down, but it get the optics of like, look, man, we tried to get him, you know what I mean? But the whole time, y'all knew he wouldn't bite on that offer anyway, man. So I just don't think the Lakers are run well, man, with Jenny Buss and the Ramses and Pelinka and them. I just don't think they ran well, man. I just don't think that's a well-run organization, man. So
what you think about this?
I'm more interested in what you think about it, boy.
I'm glad that the Lakers happened, man. This gonna make for a whole lot of content.
You're right about that, though.
Like I like JJ Redick as a player, right? Yeah. But this dude ain't never coached nothing. And all like everybody who talk about they speak about JJ Redick, they speak on like how intelligent he is. Oh, he's very intelligent. You know what I mean? He's very bright. He's very unique. All these different adjectives and stuff like that, right? But nobody speak about like his experience or his accomplishments or anything like that on no level.
That don't always transfer.
No, I don't. You know what I mean?
You're a smart guy.
Everybody know. You know what I mean? You got dudes who have been assistant coaches like Sam Cassell. You know what I mean?
Why Sam ain't get an interview? Right. He ain't get looked at. Sam
paying his dues and doing excellent job. Got another chip. He was on Boston.
Yeah. I don't know how many. Well, he got 3 playing.
He got 3 playing.
I thought he got 4 when he was playing.
He played 2 at Houston,
one in Boston,
and 1 in Boston as a player. Yeah. And then
that was it.
And then the coach in Boston.
Yeah, this is 4.
So this. All right. So he got 4 championships altogether. And anybody, and to a man, anybody who knows Sam Cassell, they know Sam know basketball.
He know basketball.
You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
But he can't. But he can't even get an interview.
Yeah, I thought Monty Williams, is that his name?
Yeah, Monty Williams.
I thought they would, take a look at him as well.
Man,
Monty, he's got a relationship with AD.
Right, going back to
yeah.
But Monty, man, I mean, that Detroit situation, and you might say, well, anybody would do bad in Detroit.
Yeah.
But Detroit gave him like a boatload of money. And how many years he coached there? 2?
I did one year.
Maybe one year. And they owe him all that, and they did bad, you know what I'm saying? So, he left Phoenix under, you know what I mean?
I think
I thought Phoenix should have stayed with him longer.
Well,
me too.
I thought he deserved more time.
You know what I think about I think Monty Williams messed that money up in Phoenix though. Cause this is the thing. All right, so you had the team he had in Phoenix. He had Chris Paul, Devin Booker, what's DeAndre Ayton, right?
Ayton, yep.
So and they made it to the championship. They lost to Milwaukee. Yep. The thing about that though is he let Monty Williams let Chris Paul get on DeAndre Ayton nerves so much that DeAndre Ayton didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
right?
He checked out.
Right, and so DeAndre Ayton checked out. Now, if I'm
out.
the head coach, you got to know that. All right, even though DeAndre Ayton is not what Chris Paul wanted him to be, you can't push him to the point where it's though. You know what I mean? Because Chris Paul did the same thing to DeAndre Jordan over there in LA.
Sure did.
So as a head coach, I'm like, look, man, you had to lighten up off our big man.
Right.
If you look around the league, ain't too many big men can do what DeAndre. Although he not Patrick Ewing, he not Kareem up there, but he better than what you know what I mean? Like what else can you bring in here?
He's a true big man.
Yeah, no doubt. What else can you bring in here that's going to be better than what he doing? So
rim protector, rebound. You know what I'm saying? Defense.
And then DeAndre Ayton bumped his too with Monty Williams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, as a head coach, it's your job to let your point guard. You more so want to unify the team, but what Chris Paul did was more divisive.
That's why
and more like bullying than it was. You know what I mean?
That's why I put them falling short more on Chris Paul, not the head coach.
No, I put it on both of them.
Yeah, I put them on both too.
I put it on both.
But no, definitely.
Yeah, I put.
How do you get Chris Paul not to do that?
You got as a guard, you the leader. You got to sit him down.
But you're too reliant on him too much. So you know what I mean? Like you don't that relationship fracture. You need Chris Paul too much. That's one thing about Devin Booker and the talents around. They was heavily dependent on that point guard position and being the floor general.
Well,
Monty was in a tough position.
Well, he picked the side. You know what I mean? He picked the side. And that, you know what I mean?
He didn't have to pick a side, right? Because I said it's more so like all right. When you look at the Dallas Mavericks and you look at how Jason Kidd is managing Kyrie. Kyrie is a special kind of talent, and he got he moved differently. Mm-hmm. So you got to be and with Luka, like he managed them two dudes. You know what I mean? Like these two dudes are two different kind of dudes, and both of them are the kind of people that they want their way and they want it now. You know what I mean? But when you get those kind of personalities to coexist, not only coexist, but you can get them to play well enough to get you to a championship. That shows that you can coach.
But I think a lot of credit too goes to Kyrie and his understanding, his maturity, and his nature. His nature.
Yeah, he matured.
He can pick his spots. He can plug himself in certain areas where Luka has to be ball dominant and stuff. So I don't necessarily know if that works, even with Jason Kidd at the helm, if it's another talent beside Luka.
Well,
I think piggyback off that. I think if it's another talent besides Luka, it wouldn't be somebody who's as ball dominant. Because Kyrie can be ball dominant. He just chose, you know what I mean? Luka gonna have the ball 90% of the time. So he just had to adjust the way he plays to play with him.
Yeah.
Some people can't make that adjustment.
So if I got Kyrie he got Kyrie and Luka on the same team, right? Yeah. And Kyrie is a little bit more mature. So he still have to manage Luka's expectations and what Luka want to do, because it's some things that Luka do on the court that maybe he was like, but what you do as a leader, you don't have to always tell them. You got to show them to like, all right. So you use Kyrie as an example. Kyrie is a baller too, just like you, and Kyrie is willing to make adjustments. You know what I mean? And Kyrie got a ring. You don't. Jason Kidd got a ring. You know what I mean? He got a ring. Kyrie got a ring. So if you're gonna tell people who don't have a ring that, you know what I mean, your way is better, that's not a good optic. And Luka is, you know what I mean, intelligent enough to know that, you know what I mean, like some things. And the same thing with Phil Jackson was able to convince Mike to share the ball. You know what I mean? You got to have a coach or some type of leadership who's willing to get you to buy into the program.
I've seen, not in the playoffs, but I've seen Luka and Kyrie play together where it was Kyrie that might have been on the roll. Mm-hmm. That he get into a little groove, but it stops. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It like stops, and he like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm like, no, you know what I mean? Keep rolling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it like stops. So
Yeah. So my man Time, welcome back, Time. Appreciate you tuning back in.
my man,
bro,
Time.
that's the guy.
That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
man. Yeah.
Time want to get right into it, man. Time said question. Pritchett, I didn't want to say I told you so, but let me see. Pritchett on ESPN, Stephen A. Snitch on Sports and the Sports News Network. Let me see. JJ Redick mugshot and the DUI. Out about him in sports media.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, so like, how y'all feel about though? Like when all right, well let's talk about Pritchett first and his performance. I always dig Pritchett though, coming off the bench. Pritchett is another dude who a pure point guard. You know what I mean? And so Pritchett, he is a pure point guard. So when you take Drew Holiday off the court and you put Pritchett in there, you ain't missing nothing.
That's
you know what I mean?
Not from half court shots.
Right, yeah.
Not from the point guard aspect.
From the point guard aspect,
Yeah,
if you want somebody, because as a point guard, you got Jason Tatum on the court, you got Jaden Brown on the court.
Yeah.
And so as a point guard, you got to be strong enough to like if you go to Jason Tatum and he hot, you got to be strong enough to Jaylen Brown getting your ear, be like, come on, man, give me. You like, ho, this man hot right here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that point guard got to have enough confidence,
right?
You know what I mean? Be like, man, we gonna go
with the hot hand,
in a hot hand. So I did Pritchett.
Tell Tom it's all right if he could say I told you so.
Yeah.
That was some big boy shit.
I've been digging Pritchett though.
Yeah,
Pritchett, you know what I mean? He been, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I wasn't. He showed me a lot on the
minute.
He showed me a lot.
Pritchett, nice.
Dude, nice.
Yeah, Pritchett is nice. And then so what he said about JJ Redick. He says that JJ, what y'all think about the JJ Redick situation and the mugshot and all this stuff? You know what? Like, I don't know, man. All right, so ESPN, they ain't go all into that, and we spoke about this off air. JJ Redick had an issue with DWI, and then he had some allegations with some little young lady said something about an abortion, right? That's cool, but why ESPN don't bring up that kind of stuff about JJ Redick? But then when the dude from got drafted, what's the young lady, Malika Andrews? I would be remiss if I didn't bring up that he had some allegations while he was in college. Like, why now? Why you want to bring this up now?
She's horrible, man.
She's terrible.
She's horrible, man. And
she is terrible.
Like I said before, man, she questions guys that has experienced things and giving you insight on that. And I disagree.
Yeah,
there's nothing to disagree with. He got firsthand knowledge of what it takes to win and team mentality and things like that. The sacrifices you have to make.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, real dismissive, man. Man.
Well, the fact that she is dismissive about something that like somebody is that just exposes her.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting too that you got to remember JJ Redick get paid by ESPN and they all part of that network. So
they're gonna keep it.
Sometimes they might not be allowed to speak on some things.
But he one of theirs.
He one of theirs.
Yeah, he one of theirs.
Well,
so
and they probably only bring it up, and if you notice, it came up after he got the job.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. That ain't no coincidence. That ain't no. So now they can report on it and things like that.
And so but. Yeah, because I said the same thing about like when Stephen A. Smith, he didn't speak on Josh Giddey at Oklahoma when he had those allegations of dating an underage young lady. He didn't say too much. Well, the thing about with Josh Giddey, he said, well, we're going to wait till all the facts come out. But he jumped right on. It was another young dude named Jalen something had allegations of abuse to a young lady. And it came out that the young lady lied, fabricated, right? But he didn't have all the facts. He just went right straight.
Put it straight out there.
Ain't no room for this dude in the NBA. You know what I mean?
Just on allegations.
Yeah, just on the allegations. Or he hurts. You know what I mean? So I think they exposed themselves, man, and that's why I like social media, man, because there's just so many people out here now with these platforms, and they just let you know, like this dude. And this broad, man, they clowns.
We mentioned Jason Whitlock earlier. He put something out about Stephen A. that said it was fraudulent, things like that. Yeah.
Well, too, though, the media have been playing this game since I've been living.
Yeah.
And they lean into these things. So, I'm not a big Stephen A. fan. I don't like him, too much. But you know, they controlled all that stuff is scripted, and sometimes once you take that check, you know, they kind of dictating, orchestrating what you say and stuff. So you almost forced to lean into this stuff as well, because that's what the media has been doing since I've been living. They've always been painting, you know, they've been painting two different depictions of black and white athletes. They've been, you know, it's been like this forever. So, you know,
that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And you have people like I said, people have always been, they've been thinking for themselves anyway.
That's what I love.
You know what I mean? Always.
That's what I love.
I remember me and you talking back like in the early 2000s, way before. We always used to say Charles Barkley was a clown. Mm-hmm. We always used to say Stephen A. Smith was a clown. Yep. We used to say this back in like 02, 03. Right, you know what I mean? Right. So I ain't had no internet back then. You know
exactly.
What I mean? So we like, you know, it is what it is. We don't pay these dudes no mind.
Right.
If they put these people out front because they you know,
they're willing to do it.
Yeah, they're willing to do it.
Yeah, they're willing to do it. No doubt.
Let me see. My man Tom
they're willing
say,
to do it.
My man Tom say, you can't hide JJ Redick DUI and talk about everybody else. You know, stuff like even and he said, Joe Mazzulla. They had some allegations against him that this young lady brought up. You know what I mean? So she brought that up. She was like, well, I don't know why they even going to consider him about the job. And he got some allegations against him. I do Malika Andrews said that about Joe Mazzulla. Yeah, all right, Tom, I appreciate that. I forgot all about that. And then so Tom also says that let me see about black men. Like he said, his pop said, don't let that stop you. Let it motivate you. Yeah. And I think that's true. You definitely can't let, like when people like Stephen A. Smith and Malika Andrews, when they want to come out and they want to say these disparaging things about black people, and then later on when it comes to somebody white doing, you be like, well, Dana White is my friend. Yep. You know what I mean? I want the whole story.
First thing you said.
I just want you to know that Dana White is my friend. And this young lady still got the handprint on her face from when he smacked her.
Going back a little while ago, the whole thing with remember Kyrie wouldn't take the vaccination, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, he put himself first. He don't do this. He should retire, you know.
Yeah.
But it comes out that Aaron Rodgers didn't take it.
Yeah.
He don't have the same energy for him.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers isn't selfish though. Aaron Rodgers isn't, you know what I mean, only thinking about himself and things like that, right? Yeah. And Jay Williams, to his credit, he called Stephen A. Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. He called him out on that, man. He sure did.
Jay Williams was like, keep that same energy.
Exactly.
Keep that same
you
energy.
jumped all on the desk and all that for Kyrie. Do the same thing.
Trust me, ESPN love it because that's great theater. And people draw in. But I'm gonna say this about ESPN too. So some of this feminist stuff that Malika give you, ESPN, one of the I think they're owned by Disney.
They are.
And one of the Disney children, I think, is transgender.
Mm-hmm.
One of the executives?
One of the execs is transgender.
Okay.
So with that being said, ESPN is very much pro, pride, pro transgender, pro,
they real
feminist
nowadays.
They are very this, man. And I'm just saying, so a lot of the people that work for them have to promote or kind of lean into that kind of ideology to some degree, supporting it.
That could be true.
Or and then the emasculation of men and black men, like black men, that's been happening on television for a long time. They didn't want you to be bearded and all this kind of. So they almost got to lean into that. You know what I mean? So
I think no matter what side, that's why I always said, I don't really pick no sides. You know what I mean? Just everybody just think for themselves. You think for yourself, because whether you choose to be a feminist or you choose to be somebody that's like liberal or somebody that's conservative, the house win anyway. You know what I mean? I don't care if you bet black or you bet red. The house gonna win. But the thing is for you as an individual to find your way through that maze.
See, and the thing about it is, man, it's not too many men. You were talking about this quick one time, like. And I don't think it's a lot of free thinkers, to be honest. I think when it comes down to it, we're a bunch of sheep, and we're gonna follow. If you hear something, enough times, you start to believe it, whether
Yeah.
it's true or not. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah.
So if you're watching TV and they saying, oh, whatever, oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Because John Madden said it, or because, you know what I mean, this guy on sports said it. So it's true. Yeah.
And no matter how much we want to dislike some of the personalities that's doing it, ultimately, the only way they're able to lean into it, because it's what people want. It's what people respond to. So a lot of this stuff is just starting with the viewer themselves.
And it's both sides.
Yeah.
They respond or against it, but they respond. Right.
So I'm going to lean into that.
Exactly.
So, all right. So, what y'all think is going to happen though? Like with this JJ Redick, y'all think he's going to be successful as a coach at the Lakers?
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. And that man, I don't think they're going to be successful, man. It's almost like a Steve Nash type thing, but I think Steve Nash might have been a better hire than him.
You know Steve Nash definitely.
I think Steve Nash might have been a better hire in Brooklyn than he is for the Lakers, though. But
Didn't Steve Nash have like wasn't he on the bench though?
I don't think so.
I can't remember.
He went straight to coaching too.
Yeah, that was the knock against that. I think, he came straight in.
Kyrie said, "We don't need no coach."
Yeah. Kyrie is a trip.
But this JJ Redick situation, right? How do you tell kids, right? Especially Bron, right? He's always out in front of this message to work hard, put the work in, hard work pays off. And this is always the narrative, right? To athletes. How do you suggest this and continue to suggest this when you see JJ Redick? It's all about relationship.
Right, yeah.
It's all about relationships. Now you're looking at that mixed message. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only thing.
Now, I'm not going to go as far as to say, like Mike say, LeBron hired him. But LeBron is not against it. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Because if LeBron was against it, I don't think they bring him in. Even if LeBron only going to be there another 2 years or whatever like that, right? If he'd have been like, nah, man, I don't want him as their coach, they wouldn't have hired him.
There's a LeBron hire because LeBron also going to secure his son on the team. We talked about this months ago, Mike. LeBron still has leverage, bro. He still has leverage.
He should have to a certain extent.
He getting coaches hired. He gonna have his son get a job. I ain't knocking him. I'm just saying though. I'm disappointed in Laker Nations, like Laker Nation, like all y'all Kobe fans, all y'all Laker fans, man. If y'all let this
turn up,
y'all Lakers fans is just used to a certain level of success, man, and winning.
Kept Dove in hand, man. You should if you're gonna hire JJ Redick, just keep Dove in hand.
So
or Frank Vogel, at least you won with him.
Yeah. Well, they was winning with both, with Dove and Frank.
That's the thing. That's what you go back to. You won a championship with this guy.
Yeah.
And got him out of there.
Yeah.
So, what is that all about, man? You know what I'm saying?
Like I say, it's not a well-run organization, man. I'm a Laker fan. That's not a well-run organization at all, crazy. Man. They don't make no in-season moves. They don't try to do nothing on the trade deadline, man. You know what I mean? And they just think this is that mystique that players are just gonna flock to them, and you know what I mean? Everybody dying to play for them. That's not it now. Nobody's gonna take less money just to be a Laker coach like Danny Hurley. You're not going to take that low offer just to come and coach.
And then get fired after 1 year.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or get blamed for everything. You know what I'm saying? Or get blamed for everything.
And y'all know there's so many players now coming out and saying that it's like playing for LeBron, like what was it? What's JR last name? JR Smith.
Yeah.
Said that playing with LeBron wasn't fun. It's not, you know what I mean? It's something that you gotta it's hard to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
But
most superstars, the regular players don't like playing because them superstars push them.
Yeah,
I think the only superstar somebody said they love playing with private is Magic.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
And that's
right,
man. So bubbly,
right? And then he a point guard, so he giving you the ball.
Yeah, but Magic can get your ass though. Ain't no question about that.
Yeah, and Magic threw all them parties too.
Yeah,
you can still come to the party. You know what I mean?
Him and Jerry Buss, boy, they had their own Playboy shit going on at the Laker Club.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna change speeds for a little bit, man, because my man Tom said Caitlin Clark is getting more comfortable in the WNBA, fellas. She can play, but I see more of her playmaking ability. Her passing skills are elite.
Yeah.
Her eyes. She passing. She still got a lot of turnovers, but yeah. I mean, I never doubted that she could play, but she's gonna have to define her role in the league because in order for her, like if they looking for her just to score a whole lot of points and dominate like that, I think her passing skills is what drawing people out to her. Then she'll draw them in and then she'll set other people up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well,
yeah,
she
but
was in school.
Yeah.
She was in school, and I saw her for the first time.
yeah,
That was the thing that caught my eye.
What?
Everybody say she could shoot. How she could pass?
She was passing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like she was a good
passing.
playmaker. That was the thing
Yeah.
that caught my eye. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like I got to give the coach some credit because they using Caitlin Beautiful right now.
yeah,
She drawing so much attention, and it's open. And these girls
Everything
are
up.
finally hitting them shots. They
Yeah.
getting good looks.
yeah.
They getting
Yeah.
such good looks, man.
I didn't look up what their record was, but
Oh
Coach
shit,
Monday.
they 7-10 now.
for real.
Yeah, they in the playoff season right now.
Okay, all right, yeah. So all right,
Yeah, they
She
been
turning it
rolling.
around,
They
yeah.
been
They
won 4 straight.
They almost halfway through the season.
they
You
are.
say play 40
They
games.
play
right?
40
40
games.
games. They getting close to 20, y'all.
Yeah, yeah. All right, that's cool.
And guess to check this out. Yeah, people ain't gonna like it,
What
but she's second in All-Star voting.
she is.
And they saying it's looking like she's gonna pass Asia Wilson because
She
that's how
is.
close they are.
What?
And
And
it's
the
a
All-Star
fan
vote.
vote. She
Oh,
gonna
oh,
get
oh,
vote.
oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, she might pass.
yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
might be, and just on the popularity.
Yeah, that's
type,
what I'm about to
you know
say.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm just saying
vote,
people ain't
yeah.
gonna like it, but
Yeah, yeah.
That
That's
should be
crazy.
expected. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
that should be expected.
That
as
same
far
thing
as
happened with
the
Yao Ming. When Yao Ming,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yao Ming got all those votes, and you know what I mean? Shaq tore his ass up
Right,
too. You know what I mean?
right,
He got all
right.
them
But
votes.
she is doing stuff that no rookies ever did. She is doing things like the fastest one, 150 points, the fastest one. So she's doing some things.
You
Yeah.
know, my man, they come up with some crazy.
They
shit.
do
that's
come
what
up
I
with
say,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
They
yeah.
come up with that
The
stuff.
crazy
fastest one,
stats,
you know, yeah, all that stuff.
I mean,
Yeah,
because you're trying to compare to other people's rookie campaign and what she might be on pace to do.
yeah. But
And,
see,
you know, that
but-
kind of thing.
yeah, and a lot of these stats though, they be like new stats, something because they
Right.
research and be like, all right, well, she the fastest to do this, the
yeah,
fastest to do that.
No doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt.
but
Yeah.
yeah. Now if she was the fastest one to win 20 games or something, I'd be like,
Right,
oh,
right,
okay.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
That's
Yeah,
something that.
I still don't. The winning games, I still can't put that on.
I mean, if they get into the
I
playoff,
can't.
they in
You
playoffs.
gotta affect-
they
you
7-3.
gotta affect
Got an
wins and
effect, but
losses,
that's
you know
not
what
her
I'm saying?
stat, is what I'm saying.
That's a team stat, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
you just said they in the playoffs. They 7-3,
Yeah, the
right?
team. And that's
I mean,
why I
they
said I
7-10.
gave the coach and those players a lot of credit. Aaliyah Boston, ever since the Connecticut game, right? So what they did with her, they was getting blown out. So I give the coach a lot of credit. The coach said, I'm gonna leave you in there, Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for you to, you know what I'm saying? So she left her in there. And since that Connecticut game, she started gaining some confidence because those bigs Connecticut got. So she left her in there to mix it up.
Right.
So then the next game, she had a great game. So then her coach did a beautiful job building her second year star, building that confidence back up. Now, Aaliyah Boston, she hitting, they got 4 and 5 players hitting double figures on that team.
And they in their rhythm.
Yeah.
the
Like
fact
you
that
said,
they-
though, you know what I mean? It was a Caitlin Clark effect, but she drawing so much attention.
drawing
Now
so
they
much
get those
attention.
shots. They got
Yeah.
making shots. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
They
yeah.
moving
that's
that
right.
ball around.
So now maybe Aaliyah Boston is getting like more one-on-one looks too.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Because
she
you
third
gotta
All-Star vote.
you gotta stay honest.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean?
That's
Because
right.
of the
Yeah.
other girl said. So
Yeah.
all right. Yo, we just gonna bounce around, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because my man Tom said that he said I definitely don't wish bad on JJ Redick at all, but let me see. But when he did, he said he wished that they had the hood of him wished that they have gave Mark Jackson a better, you know what I mean, a better choice or opportunity.
Yes, Mark Jackson.
Mark ain't gonna
Yes.
never- Mark ain't
They
gonna never
banned
coach in
him.
NBA.
Yeah, that's crazy how they
And-
blackballed him.
The thing about Mark Jackson though is I don't know. It's hard because you don't know why Mark Jackson. You know what I mean?
Well, it's stuff out there.
Right. It's
He
stuff
never
out
really
there,
speak on it though.
No,
Like,
he
what did
don't
he say?
speak on
He
it.
doesn't.
Yeah, so
Because
I was like,
It really be he wouldn't even be able to get the gigs he get now. I know he ain't on TV no more, but he really wouldn't even be looked at as favorable.
Yeah.
People wouldn't even be calling for his name now if he would put it out there.
So
why
he'd
he
be
feel
totally
like
blackballed.
yeah, exactly.
Said, wow.
That's it.
And I think it got something to do with actually
White
speaking
ball.
against the establishment,
Right.
and his religious conviction.
That's right.
Yeah, see,
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, so because Mark Jackson is kind of dude not gonna snitch. He not like Stephen A. Smith, so he not gonna say.
Right.
Yeah. But, so all right, so let's talk a little bit though about the series though, Boston and with Boston and Dallas, man. Because
must stay the same, boy.
Yeah, it's total, man. You know what? Like I was saying from day one, is the defense just made the difference.
Yeah.
You had 5 starters who just played tough, man-on-man defense. Yeah. So really ain't no chink in the armor when you got 5 dudes that play defense like that.
I'm gonna speak from the Dallas side of it, and they giving Luka a lot of grace, right? Kyrie only showed up the one game.
Yeah,
he didn't have this, that, and this, right? I remember, you all do too, when James Harden was in Houston, balling like that, ball dominant, scoring 37 points a game. Everybody say you can't win that way.
Yeah.
And they used to kill James Harden. Me too.
Yeah.
To kill James Harden for that, right? Yeah, I did too. I ain't gonna let myself off the hook. I like the same thing. Yeah, me too. So I ain't gonna just be pointing the finger at everybody else. I was doing the same thing, right? But it's the same way in Dallas. You got ball dominant and Luka. Luka don't play no defense. No D. They searching you out. He couldn't even hide. They searching him out on screens and everything, right? Making him switch where he not even trying to move his feet or anything like that. But he get the point I'm making is he get grace with that, whereas though James Harden did.
Yeah.
Hold him. If y'all now they want to say, man, before the series started, they were saying the best backcourt ever.
Yeah.
And they were saying Luka was the best player in the world.
It was hyping it.
After 5 games, you know what I'm saying? What would the best player in the world do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just be just great on one side of the ball.
Exactly.
But they still giving them credit. They trying to say he was great, Kyrie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, no,
So,
you the great one. Yeah.
And that's what I said. Like I told you, Clayton, I was talking to Kevin. Kevin said, man, who would you choose? Who would you choose on your team? Would you want Luka or would you want Jason Tatum? And I said, man, I would want Jason Tatum on my team because at least I know Jason Tatum gonna play some tough defense. Luka got fouled at one end of the court, laid on the floor crying to the ref, and they came down and not just one time. You know what I mean? Like several times they can't and I recall Xavier McDaniels stealing the ball from Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan chasing him down the length of the court and smacking the ball.
Got the strip. Yeah.
Right.
I saw that.
And so I'm saying, so like, if you as a basketball fan, you used to seeing that level of performance from, you know what I mean, the best players in the league, whether it be Kobe, Magic. I even seen Bird, who wasn't known as a defensive player, do some things. You know what I mean? But you don't see that. You know what I mean? So how you gonna set him up there with those dudes? And he laying on the floor crying, looking for a call. You just never saw that.
Even when he gets up, he still whining.
Yeah. So, you know,
his head's not always in the game either. It was a crucial situation where he committed a dumb foul and fouled out. I think that was game 3, maybe.
Was it game? I thought it might have been 3. It might have been 3.
But that was just a poor decision, a poor thing to do because
with 5 fouls.
You had too much time left.
Yeah, you trying to take a charge.
You got gaining momentum.
Right.
Let him have that.
Exactly.
He still got all his time left.
Exactly.
His IQ, I question.
Yeah.
No. That's a very, very good point. A guy brought up on I was listening to Fox Sports. He said, I think it was Fox Sports. He said it was a game where he playing for Croatia or something, and they're like in a championship game with the opportunity to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And he argued with him and got tossed out of that game. He got thrown out.
Yeah.
Because like you say, so mentally, man, but they don't say that either.
Yeah.
But mentally, man, he don't be as focused as he should.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Out there on the court, man. You're right, man. And he ain't in shape.
Going into the series, though, I knew it was gonna be tough for Kyrie. Yeah. Because number one, you going up against Drew Holiday. And then when you get past Drew Holiday, then you got Derek White, then you got Jaylen Brown, then you got you know what I mean? Like that's just the same. That was the same predicament Kobe was in when they played Shaq in those championships. You know what I mean? All right. Allen Iverson was in that predicament when they played against Shaq and them.
Right.
I mean, all right, you beat Kobe 1-on-1. Now you got Robert Ory.
Yep.
You
all
got
them
Shaquille
long.
O'Neal.
Yep.
You got was
Athletic.
Trevor Ariza there then when too?
I'm not sure. I don't
You know what I mean? But
not sure.
that first five was just long and athletic.
Yep.
And so Allen Iverson only could get one game out that series.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's just, and that's what comes with like being a small guard. You know, like so what, like I said, with Isaiah winning 2 championships as a small guard, man, that's
doing
big
that earth,
time.
too.
Yeah.
Doing that earth, too.
Doing that-
And I seen the play. I don't know if y'all remember. Kyrie had got it. This was on the wing. And he like got it and he went to make a move. He lowered his shoulder, but he really couldn't bump Jalen off the spot.
Yeah.
You understand? Right.
strong.
Too big and too strong. He really so he had to like back up and like reset.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
a
saying?
couple of times it made Kyrie lose his hand.
Right. That's
Yeah,
right.
Jalen Brown is strong.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
You're
one
right.
thing jumped out at me from game 1. I
Yeah.
said, that cat is strong.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday strong.
Oh yeah.
Now, how do you feel if you Dame Lillard and you Milwaukee right now? How do you feel?
A lot of that goes to, and I love Giannis. A lot of that is on him.
I agree
Giannis.
with you.
A lot
Yeah.
of that is on Giannis, man.
Yeah.
A lot of
Giannis-
that is on Giannis.
That go with that goes to Giannis and management though. Like, why are you letting
Why you
Giannis
let
be your
him
general
go?
manager?
Yep.
Like Giannis, he got rid of 2 coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they won the championship. What's the dude named Budenhauser or something like that?
Yeah,
They got rid of him, and then Adrian Griffin, they got rid of him, and then they bring in.
Best record in the conference.
Yeah, he had the best record at the
Yeah,
time.
yep.
You know what I mean? So
We said that back before the playoffs started.
Yeah.
We said that as much as we love Dame, he's no Drew Holiday. What he brings.
yeah.
And man, this
And
cat.
see, 2 things they missing. They missing his defense, and they missing him as a floor general.
I'm gonna say
General.
his leadership.
Yeah.
For his leadership.
Yeah.
His floor
Yeah.
general. 'Cause
Now
like I
Dame
said,
can outperform, but
Yeah.
you need
Oh,
more
yeah,
to it
yeah,
than that.
yeah.
You need
Dame-
more to it
yeah.
than that.
But like I said, like so you imagine like if you got Drew Holiday on your team and Middleton heats up,
Yeah.
he not afraid to tell Giannis no. You know what I mean?
No.
But
And you know,
Dame
they
don't
say he
care.
went out, right?
Huh?
You know, Middleton, they say he went out.
He wants out of Milwaukee
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, they say he went out
Yeah.
because he's seeing this.
He's seen it.
Y'all empowering Giannis. Okay, I mean, he's a superstar, whatever. Y'all empowering him, but his decisions are not good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just saying, y'all, it's like no pushback against it. It's like, oh, we gonna go. So the narrative was they need more scoring,
Mhm.
right? So you're gonna trade Drew to your competitor
Yeah.
for Dame.
Yeah,
You
I
You
couldn't
know what I'm
understand
saying?
that.
A guy who you done won with.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah.
didn't Embiid make a comment like Milwaukee just handed Boston?
Yeah. Embiid did say that. Yeah, he did. I
He
think
ain't lying.
He
Yeah.
wasn't lying.
He ain't
I
lying.
think he posted that like
How do
on
you-
Twitter or something.
Yeah,
some
how
sort
did
of
you let
thing.
him go to the
Yeah.
Right. You
In the
send this
conference.
dude out
Well-
west, but he did go out west.
Yeah, he went to
He went
Portland.
to Portland.
Yeah, he went
and
to
then
Portland.
Oh, they
sent him-
brought him back. That's right. They
yeah,
didn't send him.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
But
Yeah.
so-
Boston made a good
Because
move.
he might only
Yeah.
been in Portland on paper for like 10 days or
Yeah, it
something, a
wasn't
week
that
or
long.
something.
I never understood though, like why championship teams though like move somebody like that. Especially like that just showed me that like you don't really understand basketball. You know what I mean?
And
Like
it wasn't no fall off.
yeah,
It
it was.
wasn't no fall off
That's-
in his play.
So and well, Phoenix
It'd be more to it. It'd be more to it. Just the X and O's in basketball. It'd
it's
be more
money.
to
It's
it.
money. Yeah, it's
Not just money either. Sometimes personal relationships. Like
uh,
we seeing that sometimes a player and management could be at odds. Stuff going on behind the scenes. We got to get them out of here. You know, it ain't.
So
you know.
would y'all agree though that when because like I said, it to me it's got to be about winning and because when Phoenix had when they had Chris Paul, to me they was better than when they got, you know what I mean? Like that team they had with Chris Paul, they was better when they had him as a general. You know what I mean? Because now you had you had Kevin Durant, you had Devin Booker,
Bradley.
and Bradley, but you
Yeah.
don't have a point guard.
Right.
Point guard.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
Point guard.
like like do these general managers do they understand the game of basketball?
Seem like they don't.
It don't.
It seem
It
like
don't
they
seem
don't.
like you know what I mean?
But they look at it where it's, oh man, we got these 3 superstars. You can put any point guard with them,
Yeah.
any 5 out, any other 2 guys out there with them, and we good. But they top heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They top heavy. They don't really got no bench. You know
And you
what I'm
get
saying?
exposed. That's how you get exposed. That's why I like Boston, because like I said, when you take your point guard off the court, you got Pritchard. And Pritchard, you know what I mean? Pritchard don't play the defense that Drew do, but Pritchard is gonna make sure your offense run.
Getting to your
Yeah.
set.
So you're not gonna it's not gonna be a total fall off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It makes me wonder how much coach input these GMs are getting when they're making some of these moves as well.
Yeah.
A coach has to know what he needs to win.
That guy that's in Boston, though, the one that used to coach him, the one that came from Butler, I can't even think his name.
You made Doka?
No, the one that's the GM now in Boston. Remember, he was on the sideline.
Yeah. I
Something
forgot
Stevens.
his name. Yeah.
Something
Brad.
Stevens.
Is it Brad Stevens?
Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens. You know, he the GM now.
Yeah.
So he, by him being a coach, and then he moved up to the front office, he got insight on what, you know what I mean, make the team go and what works. Right.
I need to be incorporating my coach and the staff in some of these positions.
I think Brad Stevens doing an excellent job though. Y'all
Yeah,
like that? Yeah, I like Brad Stevens.
Yeah, how can you say he not?
Oh no.
Yeah,
I think Brad Stevens doing an excellent job. Yeah.
They got killed for giving Jalen that contract at first. You know what I mean? But you see what happened. And now Tatum about to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna be able to max both of them.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Because the NBA allows this. So you can go over for your homegrown talent.
Yeah.
That's that Larry Bird. That's that Larry Bird rule.
Yeah.
You can still go over for your own play.
For your homegrown.
That's a good look.
Smart move. Yep. That's a good investment too, to pay the luxury tax. Because you just look at all the money you generating and winning.
And see that's a good strategy there right there. And see, like, because winning it trumps everything.
And they young, man. So you keep them together. That's your core nucleus. I know Drew older. You know what I'm saying? I think Drew like 33, 34, something like that. But them guys, they 20s, 25, 26, 27, something like that.
They're gonna extend him.
And then see, all you really have to do is you could like develop with the leadership that they have. Like you said, by Drew being older, you can develop like a point guard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you could develop a point guard. You may not be able to find somebody, a point guard who's gonna be able to play at both ends.
Right.
Like Holiday do.
But as his minutes go down, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, he never really like a big time scorer.
Yeah.
So if his minutes go down, but he's still able to come in there, get you on your sets, play DY in there. You know what I'm saying?
Run your second year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But see, I think Drew Holiday got a lot more miles left on him than say like somebody like Mike Conley. He gonna be more effective to me. You know what I mean? And so if you see like how Mike Conley is effective when he come in there,
he just made a great point. There is other things in play when you got guys on your roster. Mike Conley to me is a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
he's like an elder statesman.
Yeah,
gentleman. Never in trouble.
Yeah.
He could be the guy that pull the young guys up, get in their ear, tell them how to do things, be a professional, come to practice, be on time. You know, so like you said, a lot of other things come into play than what you're doing on the court. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So let me see what my man Tom says, that chemistry is the key to winning championships. Let me see. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. Let me see the law of. Let me see. Tatum and Brown winning. Is a skill. Yeah, so I think the chemistry is. I like the chemistry that I see between Brown and Tatum. Like you said, they the nucleus, and they're young. On top of that, and then and the other dude is young too. What's his name? White.
Derek
White is young. So you got those
up his value.
Yeah.
They're gonna pay him. They're gonna have to pay him.
So if you could keep those three guys together. You know what I mean?
So who would you guys give credit for chemistry to? Would you give it organizational understanding how to put the pieces together, or would you put it on the players or a combination, or what?
I give it to management.
I give it to
Brad Stevens.
I give it to management, but their coach, I gotta give credit to him for that.
Well,
because he had to get them to buy in.
You gotta push the right button.
Yeah, he had to get them to buy in,
create the right pairings and stuff like that.
Because remember when Udoka was there,
right?
They played tough D,
right?
When he took over, they say the defense wasn't as intense, but the scheme was still there.
Yeah.
So so the outline of it, how they played D, was still there. It just what I mean. so far because Udoka ain't like them shooting a lot of threes like they do now. So I guess they opened that part up. Like, look, you give it to me on defense, I'm gonna let you really do what you want to do on offense.
And that's a good.
Yeah,
that strategy right there, I think, is a good strategy for winning, especially when you got ball players who know they can get their thing off on the offensive end. That's just incentive for them to turn it up on the other end of the court. So I think they, in my personal opinion, I think they still would have won a championship under Udoka.
Me too.
They was on their way. They was on their way.
You know, had he
especially
not
with
the boss's wife.
Especially with Brad Stevens and being the GM pulling the strings. They definitely was on their way.
So see, I think. What's the dude name? The coach now?
What's his name? What's the coach name?
Mazzulla, Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah.
So Joe Mazzulla, he was already on staff.
He was on the staff.
He was already on staff. So he know Brad Stevens didn't go outside the house to bring nobody in. So he know, that's what I'm saying. So he know that he had people on. He was homegrown.
Right.
So
what
he
they
was
were doing, they kept doing and building on what they were doing.
Next man up, he put Joe Mazzulla in there. And then Joe Mazzulla, like you said, the defensive scheme was already there. The intensity wasn't there. So they brought in Drew Holiday. And then with Drew Holiday came that intensity. And so I give a lot of the credit. Like, I think everybody doing their job. I give it to Brad Stevens, though.
Yeah, that's a good point, though.
You know what I mean? Because if Brad Stevens had messed up and hired somebody, say he would have bought it.
JJ Redick.
Yeah, if he'd have bought it.
Like JJ Redick. Yeah.
Yeah, so if Brad Stevens would have bought in JJ Redick,
right.
You know what I mean? It would be like, then that would have been just like starting over. That'd have been like the weak link in that chain.
And he realized, man, that he had something special with Tatum and Brown, man. You know, let's maximize these guys, man.
And so the Celtics have been knocking on the door, though. By them young boys, they've been knocking on the door for a minute.
They have.
So do y'all think this, since they got a taste of this, do y'all think like this is it? Like because they're gonna be just like the start of their dynasty.
I think because the Eastern Conference is not as stacked as the Western Conference.
Yeah,
I gotta put them at the top in the East. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. You know what I mean? Because they said, I'm gonna ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all a question. They say for you to be a dynasty, you got to win like 3 championships in relatively short time frame. So maybe 3 and 5 years.
Yeah, I was going to say
maybe
3 and 5 years.
6 years. You know what I mean? Something like that to be considered a dynasty, right?
Yeah.
Now, could y'all see them doing that?
I think with them being so young, I think they could.
So young. I just got to see some of the changeover on the team.
Well,
like what they might lose, what they might, stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like with their core 3, you got Tatum and Brown, and then you got White. You know what I mean? And so you're gonna have Drew Holiday. You're gonna have him at least for another 3 or so years.
I definitely think they're gonna extend Drew Holiday.
Only way Boston's gonna make any changes is probably with Horford. You know what I mean? Horford, Horford is a little bit.
How long do they have Porzingis?
I forgot about
I forgot about Porzingis.
To be honest with you,
they gonna have to limit his minutes,
him
though.
and Holiday to me made Boston what they were.
Yeah.
Even with the core 3 with White, Brown, and Tatum.
Yeah.
To me, I give the additions made them really what they were.
Yeah.
So it depends on what they lose. Huh?
I forgot. That's
Unicorn man came in, man. Like,
you're right, Mike. Remember I was saying last time, I said he's 7 feet. He's like 7'2".
Yeah.
You think I'm 7 feet?
One game he didn't play.
That's the game they lost. Yeah.
You know, he come off the bench. But I mean, the first game, they was in a dog fight.
Yeah.
He stepped in, 20 quick points. Opened up the lead.
Like 16 in the quarter, first
16 in a quarter.
Man. Even my man Tom said he think Boston can definitely win 2 more.
Yeah, they're young enough.
Yeah, they're young enough, especially with their
But see, going back to the dynasty thing, to me, Detroit was a dynasty, but they only had 2 back-to-back.
Yeah. I thought Detroit was a dynasty. Do you think?
See, I ain't think of that, but because they went to 1 and lost, and then they had the back. So I mean, but they brought up who only won 1 that they don't consider a dynasty. The other Detroit team.
Oh, okay. With
they weren't a dynasty. Ripping them wasn't a dynasty. With Ben Wallace and them, that was my team. And Chauncey Billups, that was my man. But I'm gonna say this: the team never won a title. I thought they were dynasty. The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, see,
Tough.
see, you know what?
Yeah.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah,
Because
I
going
can't
to four
disagree
straight,
with that. Yeah.
because going to 4 straight, man, you'll never see that again. I
Yeah.
don't care.
You're not a
You ain't never
dynasty,
going to
yeah.
because you didn't win
Right,
one.
right.
Damn, that's
That's
that-
tough.
that's a good.
Did the Minnesota Vikings do something like that too, though, back in the day? The Minnesota Vikings?
They went to 4, but they won 4 straight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they lost 4
Yeah,
Super
but I
Bowls.
mean-
Yeah, it wasn't 4 straight.
Yeah, man, to
Yeah.
go to 4 straight and not
4
win.
straight.
I mean,
If they'd have just won one, man, you'll be talking about some like the greatest team
Yeah.
ever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if they just won one, man.
but
No,
I think
it's
the Celtics gonna be okay
It
though because
It
they
really
have
is,
they got a young team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you say, barring injuries or anything like that, you know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
forgot all about
Yeah,
Porzingis.
but I don't know if they repeat.
right.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know if they repeat.
Right. See,
And the thing
that's what I'm
about
saying.
the thing that worked out good for, like you said, like the East is not as strong as the West. So and Chicago was the same way when Mike and the Bulls was playing. Like once they got past New York or even Miami, you know what I mean? Like it was almost a given that they was
going to
win.
win. Yeah,
That was the championship game.
exactly.
Yeah.
That was like against the Knicks and
Yeah.
Indiana.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
I don't know if they repeat because that guy, that GM over in Minnesota that built Minnesota,
Yeah.
I'm still looking for Minnesota. They on the
Yeah.
rise.
Minnesota, like they need some more pieces though. Don't
They
you?
talking about moving.
That's what I said. But that GM that
Yeah.
built
Talking about
Denver
moving
is
Cat.
there. Yeah.
They moving Cat.
They talking about they just
I'm
listen.
looking
Yeah.
for them to get what they need, but I'm just saying this. Like going in, I was like, well, Boston a bad matchup. Boston a better team, but
Yeah.
Dallas a bad matchup. Nah, Boston was a bad matchup for Dallas.
Yeah.
But I think Minnesota is going to be a terrible matchup for that ball. It depends
Boston?
if they can get there.
So
Hell
Denver
yeah.
just goes away. Does Denver just go away?
And Denver's still hanging around.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
even one of them two teams come out.
Yeah.
I don't know if Boston necessarily repeat.
Yeah.
It's
I
gonna be
mean, I don't
tough.
think it's gonna be
It's gonna be
easy.
tough,
I don't
right.
think it's
You
gonna
know?
be easy.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if they're gonna repeat.
all right. So you said, do you think that if Minnesota had made it, they would have been a tougher matchup than
Yeah, I'm gonna say this because for one, you ain't got nothing haunting their star players. Like I love Kyrie, but Kyrie was haunted by his time in Boston and that crowd and that situation.
He seemed to be a little
He
distracted.
was
by it.
distracted.
Seemed
Yeah,
to
he
be a
was
little
really
distracted
bothered by that.
He
I
seemed
think
to
he
be
was distracted by Drew
And now
Holiday.
you got Boston.
That was a bigger distraction.
I think he was distracted by Drew Holiday.
Well,
That's a
don't
bigger
get me wrong, that
distraction.
too.
Yeah,
But
that
I'm
was a
just
bigger
saying he had wide open looks.
Yeah.
And he couldn't knock him down at times.
Yeah.
That was just crowd noise. They was yelling out. But I'm gonna say this, and plus Boston gonna have that target on their back.
Yeah.
Hugh's gonna be giving them their best.
Yeah.
in December.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah, December.
So you
yeah.
get to, and I'm still not sold on Tatum,
That's
even
been
though
what-
they won.
That's been what though?
That guy, I'm still not sold on Tatum.
Yeah.
They had a good series. They had a favorable matchup. I'm not sold.
Yeah. I mean, you can always count on Brown though.
Yes,
Yeah,
Brown.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
Brown, I take my hat off to
Yeah,
like Brown is that deal.
You know why I came around on Tatum? Then this just recently.
Yeah.
Right.
I came around on Tatum because he didn't shoot well this series, right?
Yeah.
But he did other things.
Right.
He rebounded
He
the
did.
ball,
He
he got
did.
assists,
He did.
played tough
He
D.
did.
Yeah.
You know what I
He
mean?
did.
Passed out the double team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making the right basketball play, man. So
Yeah, he
so
did.
that helped me
Yeah.
come around on him a little bit because
Yeah.
I still, you know
He
what
did
I
other
mean, feel
things,
like he
yeah.
fall in love with that.
So you know
That
what?
three
Though?
ball
I think
too much.
about not just Tatum, but I think about a lot of younger ball players.
Mhm.
Like when they don't have like a go-to shot. You know what I mean? Like Mike had a go-to, like that fall away. Mike, like at a certain
Like
point in
money.
his career, he
Yeah.
didn't have to work hard to get a shot.
And then Kareem.
Kareem
Yep.
had the sky hook.
That was like
Kobe
money.
had that turnaround. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like because you can't always expend all that energy trying to get
that
a shot. You know what I mean? You work real hard. If you work hard, you want to get a layup out of it. You know what I mean? But you don't want to work hard to get a jumper.
Pull a jump shot.
So Mike was efficient. Kobe was efficient and
You
clutch.
know who was when they was right too?
Who?
Adding that Kawhi.
Yes.
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Right,
Yeah. Get to a spot.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Because
Yeah.
you can't. And you want to play. And Kawhi is another example of somebody who's a two-way ball player.
Yep.
So you can't work like you play out your mind on defense and then think you're gonna come down and work hard on offense.
Mhm.
You got to have a go-to shot, and Kawhi give you 1 or 2 dribbles,
Yep.
and then he gonna get to that spot.
Yep.
Mike will
Yep.
give you 1 or 2
Yep.
dribbles, he gonna
And
get to that
his
spot.
Yep.
Kobe gonna give you 1 or 2 dribbles. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And so,
Them dudes were scientific with it.
Yeah,
man.
man.
yeah,
They
yeah,
understood angles on the floor, footwork. They
Yeah.
knew how to
I
use
heard,
it.
I heard, I
certain
heard
ways.
Bernard King talk about that.
What?
yeah.
Bernard King talk. He was in an interview one time.
Yeah.
Bernard King said, "Man, he said it's like 9 different spots on the
Yeah.
floor. If I get you, it's over."
It's
Yeah.
over.
he
It's
say
a science,
now you
man.
don't know where the spots
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
He said, but if I get, he said it was like 9 different spots on the floor. He
Yeah.
said I get that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
On that
so,
level, it's
yeah.
something different.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
The film study, the
Yeah.
nuance, the
Yeah.
angles.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is. So, Tom says that he think that no, they would have killed Minnesota and put JP on Ant-Man, and Cat was a wash. I kind of think that Minnesota would have lost that series too. To
I don't think
Boston.
they would have beat Boston.
Yeah, I don't think they would have beat Boston.
Yeah. I don't think they'd beat Boston.
Yeah, only because I think Ant-Man would have got his thing off against Boston, or would he hit it? And because I think Ant-Man is he's bigger. You know what I mean? So Drew Holiday wouldn't, or White wouldn't have had this. They wouldn't have been able to shut Ant-Man down because
They put Jalen on the shit. Don't forget about Jalen. They put Jalen on the shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and look at.
I'd love to see.
During the
I
regular
want to see
season.
that.
As a fan, I'd love to see.
I'm gonna
it.
go back and look at some of the regular season stats when they matched up,
Yeah.
just to see the production.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'd
curious.
love to see
I'm
it.
But
curious.
I mean, I'm just going like off of what I can see, like
Yeah.
physically, like because that's what it comes down to, Imano. You know what I mean? Like everything that you can, like I said, Kyrie just would have had to work too hard
And he was.
He's right.
Yeah,
just to
he
get
was.
a shot off, and
Yeah.
then so when your legs is gone, that's what the first. That's why you say he wasn't hitting those jumpers
That he
because-
normally makes.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
the same thing happened to Allen Iverson. You know what I mean? Like Allen Iverson's legs was gone.
But in some situations, yeah. But in some situations, early in the game and stuff, Kyrie was like,
Yeah.
he even Kyrie admitted
He admitted what?
that when they was going back to Boston, he
was
said
thinking
he
too
needs
much
to go
about
back to
it.
Boston and face
Yeah,
that situation. He said he was somewhat bothered by the crowd. He
yeah,
admittingly he said that, so
yeah.
Kyrie, man, I enjoy seeing him. Just his growth and maturity
Yeah.
as a man.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? I really
Yes.
enjoy seeing that,
I
man.
love what he's saying.
You know, a lot of people got off seeing him lose, man. I just like
Yeah.
seeing his growth and maturity as a man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
did not want to see that Boston crowd get a tight. But I do, like I said,
feel you.
Jalen
I
Brown
feel
and
you.
some of them players,
I
I'm
feel you,
happy
bro.
for them. Like
Yeah.
Jalen Brown I'm becoming a fan, like he's getting a fan out of me. But I did not want to see Boston
Hey,
in that
I
shit.
can dig it. I
I
can dig
swear.
it.
Yeah. All right. So Tom says that what else Tom say? Oh, Tatum is double teamed every night, and he opens things up for Brown. That's why Pippen was so great after so great of a headache. So yeah, I do think that like if you don't double Tatum, he gonna give you a headache. And then when you do double him up, then Brown I think Brown gonna kick in either way though.
I respect Tom,
lot-
but I'm not
I
sure
think-
if they was doing a lot of doubling with Tatum. This Boston
Yeah.
team, you couldn't get away with that.
No, you can't double him.
You couldn't double
A
nobody.
lot of I think what I saw as the series progressed,
Mhm.
I saw Tatum take a piece from Jalen's game
Mhm.
and start slashing and cutting to the
Yeah.
basket more.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And not really selling for that jump
For that
shot.
jump
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't making it, but like I was saying, he's still effective. So he would
Yeah.
flash, catch it in the lane, you know what I mean? Lay up on the move, they hit him on the move. And that's Jalen game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's his game doing
And
that.
Jalen was actually offering more of the leadership
Yeah.
on that team than Tatum. Drew Holiday a leader, but when they gathered in the huddle, he was mic'd up.
yeah,
He was keeping their mind right. He was settling them down. Like Jalen bring a lot to that team.
yeah. He do,
Yeah.
yeah. I think for Tatum to be your number one, I think he's gonna have to develop like his game gonna have to be more efficient. He's gonna have an easy go-to shot.
Easy go-to shot.
One time he did it more than once, but one time it might have been the end of the quarter. He's standing out there by the timeline, clock going down, and I'm saying he gonna shoot a 3. That's what I'm saying. And he shot a 3, he missed it. But I'm like, if I'm at home watching, and I know that's what he's gonna do, how many other people know?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he gonna take a little step back, just a little jab, step back 3. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, I want to talk about the Stephen A. Smith situation. So
real quick though, did
what?
you see Jalen come to the stadium
Who?
after they won it? Jalen Brown had a T-shirt that said "State your source."
Yeah, I saw that. I like that.
That was the Stephen A.
Yeah. State your source. I like that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I like that. Stephen A. Smith. I think ESPN offered Stephen A. Smith a $90 million deal, right? And they say he's insulted by it because he want like 120. And
Something about 25 a year.
yeah, he want 25 a year. Oh no, he want 125 a year for 5 years. And so what y'all think? Y'all think he deserved the one?
Shit.
Yeah, the 125, 25 a year.
First of all, I don't think he deserved it.
Yeah.
But secondly, right, Stephen A. might be operating in a position of strength now, right?
You think so?
Only because what he does, people eat it up.
Yeah.
People eat it up what he does. You know, the bashing of the players and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you said, you got both ends. You got the people like us, because I don't watch.
Yeah.
But you got people like us that like, man, they'll tune in just to go online and refute it.
Yeah.
Or call him a fraud and fake. Then you got the other people who love it.
Yeah.
He's speaking truth. Y'all just mad, you hating, and they like the character that he is.
Right.
They like the character that he is. So he might be saying, man, if y'all lose me, who's gonna fill that void?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But hell no, I don't think he deserves it.
I'm gonna give you. All right. I'm gonna give you my take on it. A little controversial, but it's real. Like, he's a clown.
Yeah.
He's a character, and I don't ride with that.
Right.
But he's playing a character, and he's your leading role.
Yeah.
And if they generating that kind of revenue,
Yeah.
he is the star of the show to some degree. So
He is the
sometimes
star of that show.
you gotta pay that character
Yeah.
the money that he asking for.
Yeah.
I mean, now don't get me wrong.
Or risk losing.
Yeah, like I don't agree with the character,
Mhm.
but based on that's what he's doing, and people are tuning in for that shit.
Yeah.
He got leverage to negotiate whatever he want. Now Shannon is threatening that though.
Yeah.
They just
But-
paid him.
They paid Shannon, but he's threatening that.
Yeah.
Because as much as Stephen A. want to talk about how he always number one, I've been number one. No, when Shannon got there,
Yeah.
that thing went through the roof.
Now let me ask
You
you,
know,
this,
and Shannon the character himself.
yeah. Could this be on Disney part, right?
Mhm.
Could this be a way you sign Shannon, right? You
Mhm.
lowball Stephen A.
To
Yeah.
move him out.
Right.
I thought about that.
Right. You know what
But
I'm saying?
Shannon
Knowing
get-
that he wouldn't sign it and then he get offended, like you
But
say.
what make that
you know
thing
what I mean?
explode is the two personalities.
Yeah.
Just one of them, you don't have that explosion.
Because they bring a lot of people on.
Yeah.
See, they got a lot of people that come on, but
Yeah.
Stephen A ain't there, right?
Yeah.
So they might be looking at that. Hold up. This might be a formula that we could use if Stephen A leaves the show.
Yeah.
Shannon be the, Shannon and
And Molly.
Ray Molly.
Yeah.
And
'cause
then
she
we
really
just rotate
facilitate. Yeah.
people in. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
rotate people
Shannon
in,
is
but I
definitely
don't
a
know.
presence.
I don't know.
That's
He's
why
a
I
clown
don't
too,
think.
a character.
That's why I don't think that Stephen A got as much leverage. And because, like, all right, so when you look at the situation with what's the dude name that came in that got
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee came in. Pat McAfee
yeah.
came in with a base.
Yeah, he sure did.
Ever.
Yeah.
He sure did.
So
That's
Pat,
what I be saying
He
to
sure
y'all.
did.
You're
That's
right,
what
yeah.
I be saying
He
to
sure
y'all.
did.
You
Pat
got that
McAfee-
base?
Pat McAfee came in with a
They
base.
brought him with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he brought his base. So they like, all right, so we're gonna pay you according to what your base is.
Yeah.
And Pat McAfee got more than Stephen A. Smith. You know,
He did?
Yes.
and he doing less work.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Troy
Yes.
Aikman. And Troy Aikman is somebody else who
Yes.
get more than Stephen A. Smith. Man, see,
Yes.
Stephen A. Smith,
That's why he jockeying like
Yeah.
he jockeying.
but see,
Pat
Stephen A.
McAfee on ESPN or Fox?
He on ESPN now. They paid him. Oh my
Wow,
God.
I
They
didn't know
gave
that.
him crazy.
I didn't know
So
that.
Pat McAfee came in. He came in with leverage. Stephen A. Smith, he don't have any leverage because the platform that made him Popular is the platform that he
That
wants
he's
money
under.
from.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee came in with like a
I'm
YouTube.
bringing-
He
right,
had a
I'm bringing right.
he bringing a
Right,
platform.
right.
So
and Pat McAfee fan base want him to leave yet. They like him better not on that network
Yeah.
because he free. But
But
shit,
see,
he's
but
still
that's,
talking
see,
free.
that's what I'm about to say.
Yeah,
What you said earlier, you almost got to fit that narrative that ESPN, you know what I mean, has created. You're right.
But that's what I'm saying. So I don't think Stephen A. Smith got that much leverage though. Because all right, if Shannon walked away, Shannon still got his base.
Yep.
Shannon got, you know what I mean, he got Club Shay Shay and he got, you know what I mean,
Nightcap.
and he got Nightcap, you know what I mean. So Shannon can demand a little bit more. Stephen A. Smith, he just now started his own because he saw what Pat McAfee and he saw what Shannon was doing,
was able to do,
creating their own base outside of ESPN.
ESPN.
But so you know, like they not gonna really pump him up and then allow him to leave like that. So they might just.
Do you come to if you start at 90? I don't know how much that would be a year for Stephen A. But if Stephen A. wants 25,
reportedly, what they offering him would make him the highest personality on the network. Okay. But it's not quite 20.
Okay.
It's
so
like he's making 12, but the jump would be up to like 18.
Yeah, 18,
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was at 14, but
no, he had 12 right now,
12 right
and then he would go up to like 18.
So if you ESPN, do you come back and like, all right, we're gonna bump you to 20 a year?
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, to be honest with you,
I think start high. You know what I mean? I start high, start low, right?
It ain't no question on mine. They gonna get a deal.
Yeah. Y'all think? Yeah.
Because
he's part of too many different things.
Well,
NBA countdown, first,
that's
he all over the place.
But so really, he cheating himself though.
Yes.
He, you know what I mean? Like Pat McAfee will do his show,
and go home.
Troy Aikman will do his show, and then these dudes go home. You know what I mean?
Play golf.
But you can watch.
They not all year round.
No.
Troy Aikman not all year
round.
That is. Yeah.
You will watch. You know what I mean? So you'll watch. What's the show on the morning? What's Stephen A. Smith morning show called? First Take. So you'll watch First Take, and then you know what I mean. Then you'll watch like the show before the game.
The
Stephen
NBA live thing.
You know, then he'll do the halftime show for the NBA game. Then he'll comment after that. Like they working them around the clock.
Then he be traveling to the games. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, we doing a halftime thing. He traveling.
Yeah, he going to the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes he out in LA doing First Take with Shannon. So he flying out there, you know. Sometimes Shannon come in. You know what I mean? It's like he's always. I felt like they was working him like crazy.
They making them earn it.
They making them earn it. They making them earn it.
And so look, Tom brought up a good point too. So he says Pat McAfee is the only person on ESPN that had an interview with Tom Brady. And so that's significant because Stephen A. Smith don't have any relationships outside of ESPN because of the bridges that he burned. So if all the best, everybody in the NBA, like, do you think like you can get these guys to go on All the Smoke? You can get them guys to go on Club Shay.
He still got Magic. Magic could do a show anytime.
Yeah, but how many times can you interview Magic?
I know. I'm just saying.
And not only that, Magic is
he's neutral,
but he's away from his playing days and things like that. He
But I'm gonna say that more insult to Stephen A. If you want to make this a point, the pivot, Ron Clark and them even got Tom Brady to sit down.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So the dude don't have no relationships. Like,
so he can't even reach out and people
he can't. He not gonna have Allen Iverson on his show. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be able to have Kevin Durant. Paul George. You know what I mean?
He bringing people on that podcast. He got them.
Who? Stephen A. What podcast?
Stephen A. Smith show.
What athletes?
Yeah.
What athletes do we have on there?
I don't know because I don't watch.
He's had athletes on there.
I haven't seen no athletes on there.
And he has celebrities on there too.
Well, that's where he really going. He's going celebrity wise.
Like I said, and like Tom said, like Tom said, like Tom Brady don't even do ESPN interviews.
Really?
Nah, you never see him on ESPN.
Wow.
He did it for the dude Pat McAfee.
But he did it for him.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So it's about relationships.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this dude has burned so many bridges.
Sit down with Ron Clark though. I know it wasn't for ESPN.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So Ron Clark You know what I mean? Like he a stand-up dude. He got relationships. Pivot. You know what I mean? Like you can see Michael Vick going on Pivot. You know what I mean? You can see Patrick Mahomes or anybody.
Floyd was on there.
Floyd.
Coach Tomlin was on there. Yeah.
But these dudes, a lot of people are not going to sit down with him.
Pat Mahomes, he sits down with First Things First on Fox.
Yeah.
But, that's my show too.
Yeah.
That's my show too.
Yeah.
That's Chris
first.
Broussard.
Yeah. I kind
of
of like it.
Yeah.
But that's crazy though.
Yeah. And so he said, Shannon Sharp could get Tom Brady too. Yeah.
No, he can't.
You don't think so?
No, he can't.
You don't think so?
I don't know. They may have reconciled. You know, when he was on Undisputed, Tom took exception to something Shannon said about him. Yeah, but I think they saw each other because he was doing one of them Zoom calls. And he called, and Shannon was on there with him. He called Shannon out on that call.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers, and he have a relationship with
You would think Aaron Rodgers would do first take the
way. He's going to show them every week.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
I thought when I used to see Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee show, I thought he was like one of the hosts.
Right.
When I was like, okay, so this is probably part of his show.
Yeah,
right.
But they worked in their contract. They pay him. Though.
Oh yeah. I didn't know.
Aaron Rodgers get a grip.
Yeah.
That's why he was regular every week
on Pat McAfee show.
Yes, Pat McAfee. Yeah. I'm sharing this with you. Yeah.
But see,
a
lot of these
don't hurt.
These athletes, man, they know that like their presence on your show is gonna blow your show up. And I don't think a lot of people gonna want to blow this dude's show up.
You're right though, because I'm trying to think now about that Stephen A. show when I was watching.
Every time I see him, he's just doing like a solo interview or commentate.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like an athlete, like today's athlete of relevance.
Deion Sanders will do Stephen A.
You think so?
He's done it. He do it. Yes. They had an outside show. Sanders came. He went out to Colorado.
He's probably gonna be on the because the draft Tuesday.
Yeah.
So he probably Stephen A. gonna be doing the draft. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday.
Yeah. I think that So if he step away from ESPN, will they? Will they do his show?
I think Deion will.
Yeah.
I do. I think Deion will.
See, that's the thing, right? Stephen A. He's a name. He's a brand. So he should carry stuff like you say, Pat McAfee. So if he was to go start something on his own, people should follow. People should follow.
Yeah.
Now I don't know like the numbers. You know what I'm saying? But they should follow.
But see, I think the base don't belong to him. I think the base belongs to ESPN though.
Well, yeah, but he's got his little base on his podcast. That's like 600 some thousand.
Yeah, but they transfer.
Yeah,
he got a ton of subscribers.
Yeah, but that's his. But you gotta say that's his base though. Yeah. Even though it may have changed from his celebrity
like,
on
that. You know what I mean?
He'd be able to maintain that.
Right. It's like he plugged into ESPN still.
I think so, because I think he's established himself now.
But I don't think so because he ain't gonna leave.
He ain't gonna leave. But if he did, he's established himself enough as a character.
That's what I was saying.
That people's going to tune in for the controversial statements and all the antics.
I'm gonna tell you who he would be if he left ESPN. He would be Jason Whitlock.
Yep.
So if you look at Jason, they the same type of characters and they put up the same type of content.
Yep.
They both pander to a certain audience. And so Jason Whitlock, his content, he fell off a lot since he left ESPN. He got a show. He got subscribers too, but
he's like doing okay. But
he's doing okay.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And I think Stephen A. Smith. Like what professional athletes now go to Jason Whitlock his podcast?
You're right. Retired ones, but not none.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I
he might Brett Favre. I'm about to say Brett Favre.
Warren Sapp was doing his show. Marshall Falk sat down with him. Warren Sapp was doing his show. He brings in guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what he do.
That's what I'm saying. They form an athlete. You know what I'm saying?
They
don't bring in nobody that's noise. But see, one thing
he brought Antonio Brown. I was tripping. Antonio Brown sat down with him.
One thing Whitlock, he delves into politics a lot.
He does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know the average, like, man, I come to talk about sports. I don't want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, politics and this policy and that policy. You know what I mean? I want to talk about sports. So you know. So I think if Stephen A. stayed kind of away from that, You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
conservative, the liberal. You know what I'm saying? I think if he stay away from that,
He have a little bit more juice than Jason though, because he's got a
I think
lot
he
of.
will. I think
He's
he has
got
a
a
little
lot
bit
of
more.
celebrity relationships, and a lot of what happens is, Mike. A lot of what happens is they use Steven too. So when he does, it's like a favor for a favor. It's always going on
Give
like
and
that.
take, yeah.
So those guys, those celebrities and stuff, they'll still do his platform. Snoop will always do his platform. You know, people like that.
He not relevant to us,
Yeah,
but some
No,
you
but
see,
I'm just saying, you know, again,
because I'm like the
just
same
saying-
thing man against about Snoop.
Right,
But
but I'm just saying,
right. He relevant to some people. Yeah, he relevant to some people.
celebrity.
Not us.
Yeah. Kevin Hart will always do Stephen A's platform.
Well,
Even if he's
Little
off
Wayne
ESPN.
always do
Yeah.
Lil Wayne always
Undisputed.
go, yeah,
Little
right.
Wayne always do Undisputed. Look
But
where
who
this-
want to
look
listen to
Undisputed
Lil
is.
Wayne?
Right.
Look where
But to be
Undisputed
honest
is.
with you, ain't too many athletes really moving the needle outside the elites like a Tom Brady or somebody like that. Very few athletes really move that needle.
Well,
you know?
some of the stories that you hear from the athletes, like on the pivot, like
It's
like
good
the pivot,
stories,
the
yeah.
pivot do not get Tom Brady every weekend, but
No.
like when they interview dudes like Michael
Yes.
Vick, when they interview dudes, you know what I mean,
Yes.
who played in the league, you know what I mean, like we want to hear those interviews.
Their content is quality. I really like their content because they talking about mental stuff, life. You know, they not just. It's not about salacious
sports,
stuff.
yeah,
It's not about
That's
those
just a good
antics.
show, man.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
It's a good show.
It really is.
What time say? All right, so you never seen Tom Brady on ESPN. Ryan Clark just interviewed Tom Brady, and he was signed he signed a jersey of football for them guys. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
I think a lot of these athletes, man, they just remember this stuff, man. 'Cause I know, you know, Kyrie, like just imagine, like the pivot can get Kyrie.
Yes, they could.
You know what I mean? So
All day.
you know what I mean. So you want those kind of interviews. If you want to hear something like that, you know, you be like, all right, man, I'm gonna tune in for that, and that'll get big ratings. You know what I mean? That'll get a whole lot of views.
And you know what? It don't even seem like
Right.
they're being interviewed.
Right.
It
It's
just
a
seems like
conversation.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's they sitting down right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was like an interview.
Do you like any of the Boston Celtics right now? Any of these like their big three? Do you like they will go on the pivot? Whereas though I don't think they're gonna go to Jason Whitlock or they're gonna go to
No.
That's true.
or Stephen A. You know what I mean?
Jason Tatum might go to Stephen. Go to first take.
It's
I
a-
can see Tatum
Oh,
going
but
to
Yeah,
first
but
take.
see, that's not his. That's
Yeah,
not
I'm
Stephen
just-
A's platform
yeah, I'm
though.
just saying.
But what
Yeah,
I say
all
is,
of them. I
like,
think right now you can get all of
Brand,
them going.
Jaylen
yes,
Brown
yeah.
wouldn't go to first take.
Yeah.
but I think
No.
athlete respect athlete.
Yeah,
See, Stephen A. always want to come off and give like he got first-hand account
right,
Yeah.
of
right.
things, and he doesn't.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And if you played in NBA, and I'm a former NBA player or any professional athlete, and we come talk, you know what I mean? And we know what different things entail. But I know what I did when I was getting prepared for the game. What you do,
Mm.
things like that. Stephen A. can't offer that perspective, but he puts it out there like
Yeah,
he's an expert on it.
yeah.
Because I covered it.
Right.
I covered this.
Right,
game.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right,
I don't
right.
give you that knowledge over
Right.
the players.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Covered it.
Right.
You know, and it's the same thing like when we said with Malika Andrews, she been all dismissive
Yeah.
about
Right.
like people who experienced that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But and so let me see. Tom Brady and Shannon Sharp is cool. Trust me, Tom Brady wouldn't F with Rob Parker, and he works the same
On the
works
same
at the
network,
same
Fox.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Rob Parker, I don't know. I don't really have a problem with Rob
Great.
Parker. I'm not like a Chris Broussard kind of fan though.
Right.
I'm not really feeling Chris Broussard.
Yeah. You know
I
that
just
brother,
think he
man.
try to be objective.
I
as
like
he
that
can.
show though. I
Yeah.
really like that
You
show.
like that show?
Yeah, I like that show. But Chris
do
Broussard, man, him and Nick Wright.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it, that banter,
yeah.
is for
Yeah.
ratings, so people
It's
can
for
tune
ratings.
in and
Yeah.
things like that. But he said something, man, about Wemby.
Who did? Chris Broussard?
Chris Broussard.
Yeah.
This guy said if Wemby finishes his career and his career looks like Olajuwon career, defensive player of the years, two-time champion, he said that would be a disappointment.
Yeah, if he only got two.
If he only got two and all that, that would be a disappointment. I said, man, you are crazy.
Yeah, he don't.
I said, you crazy, man. You're talking about
Right.
top 50 all-time centers, man. I'm like,
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
some people say the best defensive center
Yeah,
ever.
that's
Yeah,
I'm like, that's crazy. How can
Yeah.
you say that, man?
yeah,
I like
Yeah,
Chris
man,
Broussard's
so-
personality,
yeah.
Me too.
but it's
Me
a
too.
whole lot of
Yeah.
shit he
Yeah.
falls short on in terms of giving his opinion. He
Yeah.
tried to say that Kyrie wasn't gifted.
Yeah, I
He
heard
was
that.
skilled.
I ain't even surprised.
Yeah.
He was skilled but not gifted.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to be out your mind.
Yeah,
Like,
How did he explain that? You remember?
yeah, he was saying his skills, you can work on that and develop that.
Yeah.
But to be gifted is like LeBron coming to the league 6'9", 200, hitting
Yeah.
the genetic lotto, or Michael Jordan, the jumping event, all this stuff is gifted. But what Kyrie got is skill. And I say that's nonsense though, because his gift, he's gifted in the sense that's why he was able to develop them skills. Like it's no way you can be that and not be gifted.
But if he's talking about genetic, you know, genetics is gifted. I can see that because like you say, Kyrie not a big guy.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
but he's
so
still gifted.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's not gifted.
When you can do, when you ambidextrous like that, you know,
can anybody? Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Gabe. Can anybody work on their game and be able to do
what Kyrie
some of the things Kyrie do?
I don't think so, Tom. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because it's like, all right, like when you got somebody who's 6 feet, 6'1", and you got to do that can like some of that stuff you can't practice. Like when you got to do that has the mental ability to be able to score in there with trees. That's something like that's you got to be born with some of that stuff. You can work on like a teardrop jumper.
Yeah, you can work on these things.
But this why I push back against it, and I'm gonna say why. By saying he's just gifted and not skilled is not giving him credit for working on his craft.
No, he works on it.
No, he's saying he's skilled. He wouldn't call him gifted. He's saying he works on his craft.
Yeah. Would you say now he used an example of like a LeBron or a Mike or 6'8", 6'9", whatever.
Or even take Shaq.
Magic. Or take something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shaq.
Is that right? These is that different than the skill?
Yeah, like Shaq.
Right.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's
all right. So Shaq, if you take Shaq, all right. So Shaq is what, 7 feet?
Yeah.
He's 7 feet, 300 and something pounds, right? So that's gifted. That's gifted.
Right.
But if Shaq don't practice, you know what I mean,
right.
and he don't develop that gift, then that's just gifted.
Right.
But this dude is gifted and talented.
And this is where Bashard's point falls short. Kyrie was blessed with one of the greatest gifts you could ever receive,
which is what?
His imagination.
Yeah. I mean, I think it do take imagination and creativity.
Yes.
Because like some of the things, like as a guard though, like some of the things as a guard you see Kyrie do, like you'll never see other guards do that.
His
you know what I mean? And like
that's
so
that's more so
that's
gift.
Yeah. It's like being an artist. You know what I mean? It's like being an artist. Like like when you look at somebody and they paint something.
Yep.
Or if somebody hand you a canvas and they hand me a canvas and you paint something, they were like, oh man, how did you think of that? You know what I mean? That's something that came.
You know what imagination. Yeah.
But and after you paint it, I might be able to try to duplicate it. You know what I mean? After you did it, but your genius came from like within you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jordan had an imagination too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Kenny Smith said that, and people was trying to get on Kenny Smith. Oh, he hating. Kenny Smith said, what he see Kyrie doing now, it's not new to him.
Yeah.
He say people saying it because they never seen nobody do it.
Yeah.
So they go all oohs and ahs and stuff like that. And they was trying to kill Kenny Smith, bro. I said, well, you gotta remember, Kenny came from New York. Kenny a New York cat. They know have a hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I say, look, the wheel's only been invented one time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me that Skip Wise never did that?
Yeah.
Or you mean to tell me my uncle was a ball handler like he never did that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you can't say like, oh, I see that. Oh my goodness, the greatest ever, whatever. But I seen it done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That maybe not on that platform, on that level, but I've seen it done.
Now, and get me wrong, those guys, your uncle and other players like that, they were gifted with imagination as well.
Right.
Now what happens is Kyrie has an expression that's unique to him, whereas your uncle's expression is unique to him. So when you see them do the same thing, still ain't gonna look the same.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very similar. In nature,
let me say,
and not to say one is gonna be better than the other.
Or let me say this, like timing and opportunity to you know what I mean, play a big part into. So like when your uncle played basketball, like certain things that that he was able to do on the court wasn't allowed because it didn't fit into it. Was like at that time it was not it was not like that. That's not acceptable. You know what I mean? Like we have all seen dudes who had handles who just was crazy with the basketball.
You couldn't put them on display.
You can't do that. You know what I mean? Number one, back in the day, if you disrespect somebody like that, it's going to end up in a fight. You know what I mean? And then, or somebody going to try to hurt you. Or number two, the coach going to pull you out.
Hot dog. No,
Exactly.
Blow the whistle. I need that. Sit on the bench.
That's right.
Forward pass. Move the ball.
So maybe you're right. Like somebody like Kyrie, like I have seen dudes, even though I've seen guys who can handle the ball, I ain't never seen nobody score like that within the trees.
And I'm just saying it's a gift.
It is.
Because my pop always say, you know, why give somebody 3 moves when one to work? So you won't even see the other stuff because I got you with the first one.
Right. Absolutely. That's being efficient. That's playing chess. That's
I don't need to do.
But when I need it, I got it.
Right.
But real quick, speaking of the ball handling and not allowed stuff, and God bless her heart. I love her. Angel Reese had a fast break. Dog.
What she do?
That's why I wish she stopped talking to Ty. She talking about special stuff. She out on the break. She took the ball back, picked it up with 2 hands.
Put it down.
Then put it back down. Then did it again. They ain't even blow the whistle on it.
I saw that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. I was like, oh, baby girl. That's why I say, like, just
because that's what she said. They coming to see me too.
But she was saying that the girl getting a special whistle. So you know the internet.
I heard her say that. I heard her say that too.
So then the very next game, she get away with a quadruple dribble. And they ain't blow the whistle. Yeah.
You think she hit her on purpose?
No,
I thought it was a basketball play.
Don't get me wrong. She put that mustard on it. But
if she hit her on purpose, is that bad?
No, I thought it still was a basketball play.
You get caught up, you know what I mean? It's like, you come in, no easy layup.
That's just what it is.
Right.
But I just wish she wouldn't have, because
I know what I'm saying. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just, you know what I mean? Just go let your game do your talking. You know what I'm saying? Let your game do your talking.
So look, Tom says that I believe that Ryan Clark is future and can get anybody. I at one point in time thought that they was going to try to replace Stephen A. Ryan Clark is the future.
Well, you know he's still under contract with
I thought
so did.
So I thought at one time they was going to try to replace Stephen A. Smith, especially when Pat McAfee first got to. I was like, all right, because they had Ryan Clark and they had this other guy, the white guy, and I thought they was, you know how they do, like they had a black guy and a white guy, and they got like pretty good. They got pretty good ratings with that. Ryan Clark, I forgot the other guy. He used to be a quarterback. He'd be on there sometimes too. He was ESPN.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
The dude who ran out of bounds.
Dan Orlowski.
That's Orlowski. Yeah.
So
you on it.
Clark and Orlowski, they got pretty good chemistry.
Right.
They great for NFL Live. They great for the breakdown. They great for that. That first take, an opinionated show.
Yeah.
You need character.
Well, Ryan Clark, I don't know if Orlowski can translate to that character part, but I know Ryan Clark can.
But I think by Ryan, they won't make Ryan a front man because I think they know Ryan won't conform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He won't go along with the status quo pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he conform like that.
But a lot of what drives first take ratings too is that Stephen A is so polarized.
Yeah.
Because of the controversial stuff and stuff. Ryan Clark is not as polarized.
No, he won't be as polarized.
Yeah. And that's why I don't think they will make that swap for that. But Shannon at times can be polarized.
Yeah. He don't mind.
Yeah.
All right. So what my man said, Rod Strickland, Mark Jackson, Kenny Smith, these brothers play against some of the best players in their days. Yeah, and street ball legends. I think, man, I used to love to watch Rod Strickland handle that ball. Rod Strickland was bad.
Going back to Kenny Smith, though.
Kenny Smith was
and all the stuff he said he's seen, right, in New York stuff. But let's talk about that pedestrian aspect of Kyrie.
Yeah.
And you talking about shooting floaters from the free throw with the left hand and finishing like that.
7-footer in your face.
Come on, man.
Most guys won't even attempt.
No.
Yeah. Because I'm sitting here thinking like, wait a minute, man. That's
yeah.
Let's really evaluate that.
who did he hit that shot on? Was that a
Joker.
That was
Yeah.
over the Joker.
So yeah, I mean, I never seen nobody like. Hit
And
that
if he'd
kind
have
of
shot that with his strong hand, Joker would have blocked.
He would have blocked. Yeah.
I never seen nobody shoot it like from that distance with their left hand.
With that left hand.
Well,
like
that's where the creativity,
yeah, and then
imagination.
imagination.
And
all
really, the
that.
confidence,
That's
though. You know what I mean? Like that confidence, like
that's it.
and same thing with Steph Curry. Like when you had a confidence, like you know you're not gonna get taken out of the game. You take your confidence to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta shoot a shot and then look over at the bench.
Right.
You just go ahead and perform.
Right.
And you could develop at a level where other people we never seen that before.
Right.
So that's part of it too. You know what I mean?
And that's important.
Oh yeah, it's a big
That's
part
important.
of it.
Yeah. Because somebody said, speaking of Steph Curry, I just want to say this. Somebody said if Steph Curry would have been drafted by the New York Knicks or something, would you see this version of him?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably
You know
not.
what I'm saying? Would
Probably
you
not.
see the Steph Curry that we see now?
Especially if
You know
like
what I
you
mean?
had a coach like the dude who in New York. That
Thibodeau.
coach, Thibodeau.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know because like what's in him, right?
Nope.
So sometimes
It's
you find-
opportunity.
That's
too.
what I'm about to say. You gotta have the freedom
Well, I'm saying,
to express it.
but at times, like I said, what's in him instinctively, he gonna do what he do. So you understand? So you be a fool as a coach. Once this kid exposed that. Because in the game, his instinct's gonna take over.
But what I'm
You
saying
can tell
is,
him not to do it all you want.
first of all, you know a lot of coaches are fools. Second of all,
exactly.
second of all, just what you said, is some coaches that still got that mindset. No, we don't need that between the legs, shooting a float away. I mean, a 30-footer three. Just told you whether they go in or not. No, you can't shoot that. You can't do that. You know
But
what I'm
in
saying?
New York marketplace, I think we would have seen
But
this.
no,
stuff.
but
Well,
take
you
New
never
York
seen
out.
that
Go
before,
to
though.
That's putting people in.
I
the
mean, not even
stuff.
New York.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
another team. Do Atlanta, Sacramento. Now it's easy to say now because what we've seen and what his career ended up being.
Yeah.
4-time champion.
And
MVP
Mark
all that.
Jackson is the
But,
one that told him and Clay, shoot. They
That's
had
what
to
I'm saying.
be. They had
That's
to
what
be
I'm saying.
encouraged by Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson,
to shoot.
Mark Jackson, because if you think
so
about
you're
it,
right, it was.
Mark Jackson. Not only did he,
Yeah.
Steph had the green light when he was there, or was able encouraged to do that. The other guy was Monte Ellis was there,
Yeah.
and Monte Ellis, he was like, he had a wide open style of basketball.
And he had issues with Steph initially.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause they was great trade Steph, right? Wasn't
Yeah. Well, he had the ankle injury.
Yeah.
Monte Ellis wound up getting traded. Don't remember he went to Milwaukee, but what's the name though? But when he first came in, and I guess like you say the rookie thing in WNBA, like no, you gotta earn your keep, right? Yeah, you earn your keep.
Yeah. So
And that's a job on that level, man. It ain't even just the putting the rookie through the gauntlet. It's about keeping my job by any means necessary.
Yeah. And see, that's a lot of coaches, they feel that pressure and they be like, man, you're not gonna put my job on it. And then that's in any sport, you know what I mean? Because you have quarterbacks, you know what I mean, the leader, this quarterback is a coach killer. Or this point guard or this guard here, coach killer. You know what I mean? So they try to keep it basic, you know what I mean? And when you give a kid that kind of freedom to shoot like that or to handle the ball like that, so and then they develop those skills at that level. It's just.
And then, like you say, Mike, having the confidence.
Yeah,
you instill that confidence in him, like you say, Mark Jackson, man, shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shoot it.
And going back to your point, you may not have because also you have to have the right pieces around staff and stuff like that. You got different GMs,
right? Oh yeah. And you gotta have the foresight to see
all.
Yeah.
So what time? So he said, what's that thing when you can use both hands equally?
Ambidextrous.
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 Okay. What is it? Appy or
ambidextrous?
Ambidextrous. Yeah. A lot of ball players can't do that, especially. I mean, not even at the college level. You know.
I remember what's the thing? Say he ain't have a left hand. Graham.
Yeah.
Graham said he was in the NBA. He couldn't make a left hand layup. In the NBA, he couldn't make a left hand layup. Yep.
Yeah. So.
See, that's gift. That's a gift.
What's the name? Got a bag too, man. You know, a lot of people. Since we're on this NBA thing, Mike, I know you want to change gears, but free agency stuff like that. So Paul George is up, right?
Yeah.
So they saying that would be the move for Philly.
Paul George?
Yeah, to go at him, to make the big three with him, Maxey, and Embiid, right? And they said if not Philly, the Knicks should try to get him.
Yeah.
Right? The Knicks and not Philly. But how y'all think he would fit in with Philly?
Paul George?
Yeah.
I think that's a better look. The Philly than New York.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I can agree that Paul George would probably fit in better with Philly. And for more than one reason, I think that like Paul George would be able to shoot, he get as many looks as he want. And then the thing about it, like you'll respect Paul George as a scorer more so than you would Maxey.
I would. They up there talking about he would be a 3. I'm like,
who would be the third option?
They saying Paul George would be. I said,
you know what?
I don't think so.
Maxey,
but
Maxey not big enough for
yeah,
me. You know what I mean?
He's nice. I say, but
yeah.
I wouldn't make. If you just got 2 second options, then anything they equal. You know what I mean? I would.
Well, and
I wouldn't say
it's
Maxey.
easier if you look at Maxey game, right? Maxey got to work hard to get a shot. You know what I mean? Whereas though Paul George, experienced veteran, and Paul George, he a lot more efficient than when he used to be.
Got a bag too.
And he got a bag. You know what I mean? So Paul George, he can get a shot off on the wings, and then he can hit the open 3.
To be for him playing with Embiid.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The 2-man game with him and Embiid.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think Paul George would be number 2.
Want to see it? Paul George, he might look at it like this. You know what's they can give him the most?
Yeah.
The Clippers. Like say retain your own. They can give him the most. And he like, man, I'm already playing with a injured superstar. I don't want to go over here to Philly, uproot my family, go all the way across country to play with another injured superstar. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know if the Clippers can give him the most.
He their own free agent.
But he's not. They didn't draft him.
Yeah.
See, he's not homegrown. Indiana, I think, drafted him, right?
So it has to be that circumstance.
Yeah, that circumstance. And then also, another team can offer him more years, I believe.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I know that.
No. I think the team he with can offer more years.
Yeah, I thought it was that.
Yeah, the team he with can offer more years. But yeah, they can't necessarily go over for him because they didn't draft.
And they said that. They said that Balmer.
Yeah. He throws it out.
They say he the richest owner in sports.
Yeah, he throws it out.
They say he the richest. They gave Ty Lue all that bread.
Yeah.
They gave Ty Lue all that money.
So let me see. What time say he think that Paul George would fit better in New York? I want to know why you think Paul would fit better in New York? Because I don't know.
Not if Randall's still there.
I think they would. If he goes to New York, I think they would need too much more help because it'll just be him and a small guard and Brunson, and then like they want him to do, just at this stage in his career.
I think they still gonna have to trade
Randall. They're gonna have to get Randall out of there.
I think they're gonna have to trade him because they had so much success without him.
Yeah.
They don't want him to come back and that chemistry be messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they might trade him. Right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Paul George do stay injured a lot, but his game is efficient, and I think because he's efficient, he learning how to stay healthy.
That's a tough ask though, because you're a LA dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So to get uproot his family, move cross country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me either. But they were saying Philly should take a real hard run at him though. Yeah. All
right, so look, before we get out of here, I want to ask y'all one more thing, right? I'm forgetting. LeBron James' son, Bronny James. So y'all know the draft can come up, right?
Yep, Tuesday.
And they saying that like some teams are thinking about drafting Bronny James, holding him hostage, and making LeBron come over there. Y'all think that's gonna work? If somebody was brave enough to do it,
I think somebody's gonna do it. I just don't think it's gonna work.
You don't think so? Like if Cleveland, but they said Cleveland
might do it.
And you know what? And the dude in Cleveland, him and LeBron do not dig each other.
The owner.
So he could draft LeBron, he could draft Bronny and be like, look, man, if you come over here and you play, it's all good. But if you don't, we're gonna draft your son and we're gonna send him to the G League. You send him to the G League, you basically killing his career. Mm-hmm. You're not allowing him the opportunity to grow or get better or anything.
But they're not in a position, man. Cleveland, I'm saying they're not in a position to just waste around with you. Right, man. They ain't no position to do that. They ain't got no capital. Like, we just gonna draft because I don't like you. We're gonna just burn this draft pick and send it to the G League just to spite you. Well, they better be worried about keeping Spider, re-signing him and stuff like that, building the team, man.
And they already know. what LeBron. They in conversation with agents stuff. They know what LeBron gonna do. LeBron ain't coming.
Yeah.
So I'm not wasting around playing that game.
Right.
I'm not coming.
Right.
They know that.
Yeah, that's what's the name.
Yeah.
And then, Mike, they got your rights for what? 4 years if they draft you?
Yeah,
Your rights for 4 years.
I mean, so all right. At what point will he go in the draft?
They was talking about
Lakers.
second round.
Second
All right,
round.
so that's what I'm saying. So, all right, so if he go to second round, then somebody, by the time the Lakers get their first choice, that'll be somebody's second choice, their second pick.
Right.
Some of those teams.
They said, what's the name?
Philadelphia.
They said, what's the name? Was looking at him, but they don't think he'll be there at the 52nd pick. What's Carlisle, Indiana?
Yeah.
He said he don't think he'll be around there when they go in the second round. Because he said they would look at him. He said he think they're gonna be gone.
He think Bronny James will be gone by 56.
Yeah, by the time they pick at 56, I think they say he picked in the second round. I don't know what pick they got, but yeah. He said when we come up in the second round, he don't think he'll be there. But he was like insinuating if he was, we'd take it. You know what I mean?
Or he might have been just saying he could be saying that so just to get out of the conversation. You know what I mean?
Could be. Yeah.
Well, and that's why Rich Paul and them leaked to the media. They put this little thing out. No, he leaked what I'm going to say.
He
said LeBron is off the idea of needing to play with his son.
Yeah,
they put that out there.
I thought that was damage control, though.
Well, I think it was that, and also this whole idea that I'm gonna hold you hostage to get LeBron. But he thought that idea,
right? So you don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Yeah. But I think that was smart because that was always LeBron thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That was never his son thing. I want to play with Dad. That was always LeBron's man. I want to play with my son, whatever. I think he came off it. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? He's off it now. You know what I mean?
And if you're doing this, you're taking the interest out of LeBron because LeBron is not a top. The only interest you would have in him is maybe LeBron comes to play with him.
Yeah.
So if you put that out there,
remember they was talking Phoenix. Remember?
Yeah,
y'all remember that he was talking Phoenix.
Yeah.
You like Phoenix would draft him.
Yeah.
And then I don't necessarily know these teams are so interested in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So now he gets to fall to the Lakers.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
So they said, all right. So what time say? Randall gone. Paul is better suited there because the guy. All right. So he says that Randall will be gone from New York and Paul will be better suited there. Mm-hmm. They already got the other guy from what was that?
Villanova. You know the guy. What's his name?
Oh, the
guy that rebound from the guard position. What's his name? Not him. Josh Hart.
Oh yeah, Josh Hart. Yeah.
So I just think that I think if he go to New York, I just think that New York would need him to do too much at this stage in his career.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? They got Hart and they got.
And you know what? I don't think Paul George would look at Brunson as he should be the one option over me.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? If he go to Philly, all right, Embiid, you know what I mean? Okay, he can be the one option over me, but not Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you would have an issue with that. I think he would.
You might be right.
Yeah, I think he would. No, he ain't better than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think. Do y'all think New York gonna be better next year? This season coming up though.
I think they will be.
I think New York gonna be better.
Tibbs got to stop running them guys into the ground like that, man.
Why
you got to stop that?
Man, why you had this dude Brunson bringing the ball up?
Man, he's been.
They need a point guard too.
But that's his thing, though. That's it, man. Even going back to Jalen, man, he had not Jalen, Derrick Rose. He had him in the game when when he busted his knee. He had him in the game. They up 20 in the fourth quarter and stuff like that, man. It's like he run his starting five because he don't go deep on his bench. 6, 7, 8, maybe. Yeah, man.
I never seen him go 8.
Right. He run him, man, down to the ground. He grind him, man. So
I don't know.
And Paul George definitely ain't. Y'all may up for that.
What may make New York not as good as this year as the East, getting guys healthy, other teams, becoming full strength again. Yeah.
They was talking about now. What y'all think about? They say Orlando will make a run at Clay.
What?
They say Orlando might make a run at Clay.
See, if I'm Clay, I go to New York.
Yeah.
New York can use a spot-up shooter like Clay. Take some of that pressure off Brunson. He draw a lot of attention, kick it out, open spot-up shot.
You always gonna find a spot for somebody who can shoot it. Like
absolutely.
Boy, you always find a spot. Somebody can shoot it
So
like
I'm
that.
thinking though, Tom said not Hart, the other guy that got hurt. The guy that got hurt came from I think he talking about the guy that came from Toronto. Who's the guy that came from Toronto that got hurt? His name was Silas.
No.
He did get hurt. The guy that came from
No,
Toronto.
what I'm talking about is on Indiana. He got hurt.
Siakam. You talking about Siakam?
Yeah, not Siakam. But he played with Siakam in Toronto. Because Siakam went to Indiana, and this guy from Toronto went to New York. I forgot. He got hurt.
Remember?
Yeah, I forgot his name though.
Yeah, Tom, 55 years old now, bro. It's hard to remember.
I forgot his name too.
Yeah.
So he got injured as well?
Yeah, he got injured in the playoffs too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we've been on for almost 2 hours. Yeah.
You said something in the car, Mike, though. I wanted to reference that real quick. You was talking about JJ Redick High and the racial element behind it. Like, you know, because black guys not getting opportunities, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, if we looking at this and LeBron is the one that's really doing the hiring, are we saying LeBron is favoring a white coach over black?
Yeah, because his attitude and his attitude and his performance for them, like he never, number one, I've never seen LeBron like, he probably have, but he didn't tout nobody else like he touted this guy.
Right. So if we saying it's the black or white thing too, he getting the extra privilege because of his skin. You got to look at LeBron giving him that.
Yeah.
You got a black man.
I think y'all giving LeBron way too much credit with this.
You think so?
Because you got to look at the Lakers' track record, man, in their front office. They are abysmal.
Yeah,
they are abysmal, man. I mean, what they hiring coaches, firing coaches.
Yeah,
they draft picks, man. They free agent moves, or lack thereof, man.
Yeah,
they just bad.
I think you're right. But I think that LeBron is taking advantage of the fact that they are abysmal.
Right, maybe that is. You know what I'm saying?
They've also got a history of allowing players to make executive decisions. Because Magic made an executive decision as a rookie. He said, "I'm gonna be traded if you don't fire Paul West."
Yeah,
So
I
don't know. I don't know if we're giving LeBron too much credit.
I think giving too much credit from the simple point that, they had the podcast and then they're like, oh, man, it must be your boy. You got him the job. Like I say, I don't think LeBron is against it. But I don't think LeBron say, hey, hi, JJ. You know what I mean? That's where I stand on.
But it's hard. It's hard.
I don't think he going to Rob Pelinka and Jenny Buzz and say, hey, hi, JJ. But I think if Rob Pelinka and Jenny Buzz coming to LeBron and say, do you have a problem with us hiring JJ? He's like, no. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference for me. You know what I'm saying?
I can see him saying, I want this person as my coach or I'm gone.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see that.
I mean, all the coaches that has gotten fired messing around with LeBron.
I don't know, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, LeBron, you have leverage, like you said, Mike. But what leverage do you have? I mean, it's the 22nd season coming up.
That's what I don't understand.
I mean, you ain't gonna be here no more than 2-3 years tops. I'm not gonna make a full-time commitment to some coach, even though they ain't paying him a lot. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna make a full-time commitment to this coach just because you say, you know what I mean?
But that's the leverage he has. You blew up your franchise on behalf of him, trying to get a title out of him. You blew up your youth movement and everything. Now he's got the Laker organization in a position where they've crippled. They've mortgaged their future. So all they got right now in this moment is to hold on to his last few years to give them a chance to reset and start trying to rebuild. So he has leverage over them because they mortgaged their future for him. You know what I'm saying? If he get out the door,
if they're looking at it that way, like we're more in debt to LeBron or what, you know what I'm saying? What could be, or
not that they're in debt to him. It's the fact that I blew up my future. He held us hostage. You understand? So now if he leave, where are we?
Where are you with him?
But you're still in the conversation. You're still in the playoffs. You're still in that conversation.
But sooner or later, I mean, they're gonna have to face that.
I'm saying. So I want to hold on to him to give myself a chance to reset.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to.
Are we done?
No, not yet.
Oh,
no. I don't know if they're gonna be able to reset though. I mean, I'm thinking they're just delaying the inevitable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
he did. I felt like he held them hostage. he gave him that old cheap championship over there in the bubble, and he made them mortgage their future.
Yeah.
I don't,
and for whatever reason, Jenny Buss and that organization don't want to let him get out the door.
I think they probably don't want to let him get out the door right now.
That's what I mean, right?
It's good for like sales. You know what I mean? Like he's selling
the bottom line,
right?
Yeah,
bottom
line.
Yeah.
But I think she gonna have to bite that bullet though. But she don't want to bite that bullet.
He can't do this forever. I mean, eventually he's going to have to retire. You know what I mean? He's going to have to retire. You know what I mean? You got to have an exit plan. You got to have a plan B post LeBron. You know what I mean?
Moved away from him though when he tried to get me to waste a draft pick. Because if you want me to waste a draft pick on your son and this dude not qualified for the job and you only gonna be here for 2 years, so after you gone, you still gonna be suffering the repercussions of drafting his son. You know, like LeBron, his career over with. His son's still gonna probably be there on that. What's the rookie contract, like 4 years or something like that?
I think it's 4 with a team option for 5.
Okay.
4 years, like for 2 years, probably like a couple years or a year. So after he gone, you still gonna be, Now, all right, so Tom did find the name. I remember the guy that Tom is talking about, but I just can't pronounce his name. But he came from Toronto.
Okay.
With and Toronto had a pretty. I like the way the guy in Toronto. What's his name? What's the GM in Toronto?
I know you're talking about.
I like the way he one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best GMs in basketball, man, because he know how to put a team together. Yeah. So when New York did get this guy from, when they got the guy from Toronto, that's when they started to go on their run. But all right, man, we appreciate everybody who tuned in and participated in the in the podcast. And so also make sure to go to Urban Platform Fashion. .com. Check out the merch. We got the hoodies and long sleeve, also the short sleeve t-shirts. And make sure to go to Amazon. Check out my man Clayton's book, Trauma: My Love Letter to the World. You got anything you want to add to that?
No,
Jay?
sir. I appreciate all the support.
Yeah,
love y'all.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate all the support. And so Clayton is working on
that third one.
Yeah, he's still working on his book. He can start doing some promo for it pretty soon. And hopefully he'll allow me to be a part of it.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah. So but
hopefully you'd be willing to be a part of it.
I'm definitely willing.
Oh man.
And with that being said, man, I appreciate my man Tom coming out. And Clayton, and sharing their sports insight, their sports knowledge. And we'll see y'all next Saturday, next Sunday. We're gonna start. I took about a week off, but we're gonna get back into putting up more content. And with that being said, we'll see y'all on our next live episode. Peace. We out, Jack.
That's it.